report.
Good morning. We're here for a special report with District 2 here with Councilman William Cruz here to talk a bit about what's going on in District 2 and what's to come for the new year. So, start by telling us, you've been in office now for about 6 months. Mm-hmm. What have you been working on so far, and what's to come for the year ahead?
We've worked on a lot of great initiatives here in the district. One of the biggest things we said that we were going to do during the campaign is open up a Northeast office, which we did about a month and a half ago, to give more connectivity to the constituents in District 2. We're also focusing right now on a re-entry initiative for those individuals who've been on probation, parole, who have been incarcerated. Once they get out or off paper, how they can get jobs in the community or throughout San Antonio. I think that's really important to give people the opportunity to reestablish themselves financially by becoming employed. We're also working with our middle schools to work on their STARS testing, because data shows that if they can pass the STAR test or do well on the STAR test in 3rd grade, they're more likely to be successful long term. So our office has started an initiative with SISD and some of the middle schools in the district to help tutor and get them focused, getting ready for that STAR test.
Awesome. And I know we're gearing up for January here. We're approaching the 50th anniversary of the MLK March, which is very exciting. So talk to us about some of the exciting things that are going on and how individuals interested can get involved.
It's really exciting to see people from the community come together for an event such as this. It's very breathtaking, because you bring in the individuals that have been with the MLK March for years, and then you also bring in the new blood, so to learn from our seniors or our vested members. But it's been a very exciting time with a lot of volunteers. We're almost ready to announce our guest speaker, so we're very excited about that. But it's going to be a lot of fun. If anyone's interested in becoming a part of that, or want to just see what's going on, they can always go onto the website, the District 2 website, under the boards and commissions, which is MLK Commission, and they can see what's going on.
Awesome. Thank you. And so is there anything, I understand in this year's budget there was a bit more money passed for the march, with it being the 50th anniversary. Right. What are some of the things that money's going towards to really make this special? One
thing that I've always heard is that we want to make sure that the route for the march is maintained, not just beautified for the march, but long term. So that's one thing that money will be used for. The money will also be used to make sure that we have the guest speaker, of course, but then just do certain projects and programs to make this one of the best marches ever. I don't want to let the cat out the bag too much, because it's going to be a great treat. It's going to be a great event, and we're looking forward to it.
Awesome. And I understand as well, one of the areas of importance to you is mentorship to young kids. So talk to me a bit about what we're going to see in 2018 with your office doing in that regard.
One of the biggest things I've always pushed is mentorship, but more importantly is exposing our young folks to different opportunities. Growing up, I never saw a man wear a suit or dress a certain way or work at a certain office. And it really changed my life once I realized that. So I want to give other young folks in our district the opportunity to work in law offices, doctor's offices, professional offices, and see, folks, what they do for a living. We have so many opportunities in this city as well as District 2, and I want to make sure our youth are exposed to those opportunities.
Absolutely. And I understand that your office is working on an initiative this summer to connect kids with mentorship programs and internships like that, right?
Yeah, we're working with our stakeholders to ensure that our young folks have a place to go, summer jobs, as well as mentorships with the different fraternities and sororities here in the city, as well as other stakeholders.
Awesome. And we've also heard that you hosted a pretty unique holiday party here for the district this past weekend called Jolly East. Tell us what made that different, and if you hope to continue that style.
Jolly East, with our staff and many folks in the community, we wanted to do a little bit different. We wanted to focus on our kids. We always hear about all the negativity going on in the district, but we have a lot of positive things going on as well. And I want to make sure, most importantly, our kids realize that, because they watch TV too.
Right.
So we brought in a lot of kids at the Boys and Girls Club. It was supposed to be indoors and outdoors for both kids and adults, but the weather was pretty bad, so we had to keep it indoors. So we geared it mostly towards our children. And we had stakeholders like the Museum, we had Boys and Girls Club, we had the zoo, we had MLK Academy, we had SAGE, we had so many different stakeholders involved, and we had Santa there. And the kids were able to make cookies, they got free books, they sang Christmas carols. It was a lot of fun, and it just brought community together.
Awesome, which is super important. And I know one thing you speak about often is promoting a collaborative spirit here in the district. In 2018, how do you see that strengthening even further?
We're going to continue to have stakeholder meetings with our neighborhoods, but most importantly, bring neighborhoods together. What I've always seen is that we're doing things in silos. I think we could be a much powerful voice in our district if we come together and with our community efforts. So I think we're going the right direction. We have our neighborhood meetings with our presidents, and we're just moving forward.
Awesome. I understand your wife Michelle and yourself were involved in the San Antonio Youth Ballet Nutcracker. I understand you guys made a cameo. So tell us about that and why that was important for you guys.
So the San Antonio Youth Ballet put on a production of Nutcracker at the Carver, and they asked us early on to perform, and I said yes, not thinking it was going to really come alive, but it did. And so Michelle and myself were the parents of Clara in the Nutcracker. So we had a small cameo, a little dance piece. It was interesting. It was very interesting. We performed on Thursday and Friday to a packed house. It was great. You know, the Carver Cultural Center is a great venue for different events, and it was packed. It was a lot of fun, but most importantly, it was fun seeing those kids out there dancing and really enjoying themselves.
Absolutely. And I think one of the more serious topics that folks would like us to touch on here is some of the violence that our community has seen, but some of the positive things you've done. Like, we understand you've gone block walking to talk to high-risk individuals. You know, you're working on visiting our jails. Talk to us a bit about that, what that looks like as Chair of Public Safety. You
know, like I said before, we're working on that re-entry program to keep folks, you know, working, keep them engaged in what's going on in the neighborhoods and the communities. But we can't put together a program without talking to folks down the street. You know, I don't want to sit in the office and just predict or assume things. I want to get out there and talk to business owners. I want to talk to our neighbors, talk to our kids to see what's concerning them. So we've done several block walking, gone to the jail to talk to our inmates and let them know, first of all, why are you here? Okay, well, not the actual crime that you committed, but let's talk. And we call it barbershop talk. Let's just have a conversation. And then once your debt's paid to society, what can we do to make sure you don't come back? And so we're just engaging with certain individuals to make sure that we have a productive program as well as a productive community.
Absolutely, and we understand that you're working with SAPD on their new community police relations task force, and you know, what are you hoping to see come from that?
You know, I've always said that when you call SAPD, the crime's already been committed. So what do we do to prevent the crime in the first place? So this engagement community piece under SAPD will be the forefront of talking to folks in the neighborhoods and our communities about what's going on, what's the word on the street, who's doing what, and keeping folks engaged. And I want them to feel comfortable talking to somebody about what the crime in their communities and not feel that retaliations are coming. So it's so far so good. You know, I think we're fully staffed. We're ready to get this initiative kicked off the ground. But it's going to take some time, like anything. It's going to take some time, but we're definitely moving in the right direction.
Absolutely, and we've got the great news that your staff is actually joining some of the new staff members at SAPD to take toys and Christmas gifts to some of the children that were affected by shootings earlier this year. And so just, you know, going with SAPD there and promoting that trust is really a big thing, I think, for your district as well. Yeah, you know, we want to work on our community and police relationships. We're not enemies. We need to work together. Because I think at the end of the day, we want safer communities, you know, for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren, for the future. But we have to ensure that we understand that we're on the same page, and we need to work together. So right now, we really want to focus on that community-police relationship. Absolutely. Is there anything else you'd like to tell the viewers here about what you've got coming for the year ahead? I just want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, a Happy New Year. It's been a very exciting 2017. It's going to be a more exciting 2018. I look forward to working with all of our stakeholders, our partners, my colleagues on City Council. But things are moving in the right direction. Things are moving in the right direction, and we're excited. We're excited. So thank you. And thank you for joining us here for the special report on District 2.